So it looked like Clint was looking pretty sharp and kind of rejuvenated out there. It seems like guys are kind of settling into their roles at this point. How would you characterize his role now with Raul in the fold and everything else?
We're still working on that. That's TBD. You know, if we go play with 2 forwards, then it's one more spot there. Everybody has talked about, you know, Will, but you can't forget about Clint. So it's TBD. We ran out our standard 4-2-3-1, but there's still some things in the works that we're going to try.
Were you encouraged with the way you guys played in a 4-4-2? Because it did really seem like you guys were all over him for a couple minutes there after the switch.
It was okay. I mean, it's got its pluses and minuses. I mean, in the 4-4-2, if you don't drop your forwards or one of the forwards on there, number 6, or sometimes when opponents play with 2 holding guys, it can become, you know, you're chasing the ball a lot if you can't control those 2 guys, so, or that one singular guy. So it's a work in progress, but I was encouraged.
Quintero is a guy you guys have seen before when he was at Club America. Yeah. How does he change what Minnesota United does, and what are the added challenges of that squad?
Changes everything. I mean, you see some of his goals. I mean, those are... all you soccer fans out there have to watch his highlight reel of since he's come to Minnesota, because the goals have been fantastic. He makes him just more dynamic, dangerous. You know, I think Ramirez has benefited from that. Ibarra has benefited from that, because there's a guy, okay, we got to watch Quintero, and then the other guys around him get better. So he's been a good addition for them. Good addition for the league.
How do you contain a guy like Lodero? I mean, I'm sorry, like Quintero.
Like Lodero?
Like Quintero.
Well, you need to double team him whenever you can. You need to deny him service, all of the standard things. Get him to, you know, get the ball in the areas in the field that aren't going to hurt you. But that's easier said than done.
He seems to be a guy that takes a lot of mid-range shots. Does that change the way you kind of defend him on a one-on-one?
Well, we got to push out. Whenever he has the ball, he's dangerous. So, you know, we got to make sure he passes the ball to someone else, that he doesn't dribble in on goal or shoot on goal, because that's when he becomes very dangerous.
Handwalla Bwana back out at training. How's it looking just generally, and how do you see him fitting into the team going forward?
He's going to work his way back in, but he's a talented kid. We played him earlier in the year, and I'm sure he'll get some more opportunities. With that foot injury, it was, you know, it's a tricky foot injury that he had, but he's come back fairly well. I think today was his first really full day of training. He's had some modified days, but happy to have him out there.
Does it feel like the team has gained momentum, like they're onto something?
Yeah. Winning cures a lot of things, Nico. Winning makes everybody a little happier.
Raul seemed to maybe take a small hit in the last game. Is he okay? Is he practicing
He's fine.
normal?
Tough kid. He's fine.
When it's getting close to the end of the transfer window, is there a player you're expecting anytime soon?
I like it.
We are always interested in getting good players here in the club. Guys that maybe have played in World Cups recently, you never know. But it's always not a done deal until it's done. So would we like to have good players? Yes, absolutely. We don't have anything to report as of yet. But I know Garth and Chris are working very, very hard on seeing if we can't bring another player or 2 to the club.
How nice has it been? Just, you know, you guys know how much these guys work week in and week out to finally get the results you guys were hoping to get last couple of weeks.
Yeah, they deserve all the credit. That team out there hasn't given up under not ideal circumstances. You know, the start of our season was poor for a lot of different reasons. They've kept at it. They've kept working. Their attitude at training has always been great, so all credit to them.
Coach, the All-Star Game is tonight. I was curious how you feel about the format of them playing an outside international club. Is it eventually time to go back to the East versus West?
I really don't have a strong opinion either way. I think it's tough to have an all-star game in between, middle of a busy stretch of the year. You know, it's a tough call. I can see the point going either way. You'd have to pick from a broader pool of players, because you really don't want to play a guy 90 minutes midweek if they've got games on either side. So, you know, if you had East versus West, you'd have to pick more players. If you had, you know, international opponent, you only have 22 guys. You split everybody 45. I mean, it's a tough one.
In your opinion, would you just push it out to the end of the season, or would you just not have one like every other league that they don't have?
I don't know. I'll let the powers that be decide that. I mean, look, for entertainment value, am I going to watch the game? Sure. Yeah, for sure I am. So I get it. I understand. But, I'll let those guys make those tough decisions.